This triple Panzer IV threat's just gonna literally just wreck this Su-85's day. And as you can see, he has no snares. Hell, don't worry, he has the 45mm. It'll save the day, guys. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot once again bringing another CH2 replay. This is a 4v4 on Vaal with Iron Nods, Spectre 2.4, Blood Caesar, Snake, Max Bryn, Castillo, Rick James Bitch, a name I can't pronounce, so I'm probably gonna say A. Yep, I'll just say A. A and Bloodshirt. We have 3 Vermach, OKW versus 3 Soviet and an American. Back from my vacation doing replays. If you want to submit a replay, hey, I got plenty sorted up from my vacation. But if you want to submit one, that'll be greatly appreciated. In any case, just remember, I get like 15, 20 a week. So if you don't see your replay, that's why. Anyway, like I said, I'll tell who submitted this toward the end. And yeah, thank you so very much to my viewers, my Patreon supporters, and to everyone. Seriously, you guys are all amazing. Thank you. In any case, getting off that, so right now, again, from this comp, we are on Vaal, which, oh, I hate they removed the mines. I like they moved the minefield because it's just that random player that loses his first squad running through the minefield just brought a smile to my face. He probably brought a smile to, like, that probably brought a smile to a lot of people's faces. Except for the one guy who, lost the unit, but we forget about him. Bloodshirt went with Festing Armor, so more fortification focus. We got Rick James, I almost want to say Rick James Bitch, like Richie Rich. Jaeger Armor, so long range and recon. We got Mechanized, so a lot more mobile, hits. We got Spectre, so very mobile, very good against infantry with that rifle. Oh my god, mix the white phosphor with the incendiary, and oh my god. Blood Caesar, what the fuck are you doing with that with this? Seriously, what the fuck? Anyway, Pioneer Squad moving on in, just demolishing those poor conscript squads that are trying to take that point. Again, very good close range. We have Assault Grins also coming in, thanks to this guy. Again, very mobile. Lacks anti-armor, but still very good close range. In this environment where there's tons of heavy cover at close range intervals, oh my god, just sprint right up and just start mowing them down. In any case, let's double check their ranks again. Rank doesn't matter in this game, but it does show playtime, so I do it. I used to click the button and show you how much playtime they actually have, but I can't do that anymore because if I, let's say, click the button on, let's say, a random person, let's say Bloodshirt, for example, Steam now makes me unable to view game time. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. But I digress. Meanwhile, a major push on right by the Allies. It looks like they're going to be able to control the city area. Scout car coming on the flank, trying to overwhelm this MG. I like how you put cover there, but that scout car does not give 2 fucks. And again, he has to retreat it, otherwise a satchel is in his near future. So Blood Caesar, I'll give you this. That was a good flank. I still don't see why the fuck you went with this doctrine. If you can somehow make me believe that the M42mm AT gun is good, then maybe I could see this being worthwhile, but I don't know. That's probably not going to happen. Trying to move in, capture this area, not a bad idea. Just make sure the Germans can't fortify or do anything with it. Penal troops should be able to push back the Grenadier squads, especially if supported by the scout car. Unless he's deploying more penal troops, which I could see that maybe, and that's why he rushed it back. That was kind of a waste to kind of move back that scout car. Also a waste not to get in cover with these guys, but, that's just me. Now, he's going in for the Panzerfaust. It's going to be a big mistake because it's probably going to die up right before it's able to fire the first shot. Anyway, Scout car could slowly probably pop shots against those guys and retreat. Just slowly doing a backwards retreat but causing damage. That being said, while the Allies are doing great on the right against the Germans, on the left, the Germans are just massacring the Soviet and American forces. Like, Jesus Christ. It's bad. The Americans are now fully in mid because they don't want to go over to Bloodbath. And there is a MG in this building. Wow, he went with both penals and support. Okay, so he's going to probably lack quite a bit later on. But anyway, sorry. If you should go both, usually it could be a little, just, a minute or two longer before you get some better equipment. But anyway, any case, a flanking maneuver could probably neutralize this pretty quickly. Drop, do you have smoke? Oh, no, he went fortifications. Okay, never mind. I was like, a smoke pass, maybe? The American player is yeah, focusing more on the right. Here's the problem, though, and something that, again, you really need to consider. If the Allies or the Axis decide to fully encompass one side, that's a bad idea. That's always a bad idea, because the enemy will always take more resources than you if you focus, especially on this point. I don't know what the fuck this point has that's like, it makes everyone believe if they hold this goddamn hill that they'll be the winner of this game, and their names will go down in history as one of the best players of all time. When in actuality, they're literally just allowing the enemy to just circumvent the entire line. Yeah, sure, they're screaming from the top of the hill, I have the high ground, but the enemy's like, cool, we have all the resources, you're fucked. So yeah, something you have to watch out for if one of your teammates are like that. Looks like the Allies are not, though. They're putting down tons of caches, and they're constantly fighting on all fronts rather than just a single front, which is good. Anyway, Germans trying to do a small counterattack, reclaim some lost territory. Resource-wise, it is close, but the Allies do have advantage. Though, Castillo managing to just overrun the small counterattack by Iron Nads. Nads could go, again, counterattacks, though on this map I would be advised against it. You need a good point to really use counterattacks, and while, yes, the shock troops could be very effective with full Mother Russia, versing the assault NGs, I feel like he has so many, and it could take a while to build up that. Oh, wow, he's just coming on the flank right now. Actually, if they throw grenades, they could really fuck up this flank emplacement. Let's see how much damage it does. Okay, not a ton, but it actually did a decent amount. It did like 25% roughly. Anyway, the Allies are now in full retreat. That's a good flank by Castillo. Very nice. Anyway, Scout Car just wrecking that flanking position right now because not much else stopping them. And also, I love the Grenadiers just also firing. And they will do a little bit of damage. Not a lot, but a little. Assault NGs coming around the flank once again. Not hitting the heavy mortar and forcing that sucker back. And again, maybe that's the reason why I went with this. Heavy mortar's good and the Dushka is both good. But no one cares about the tank traps. No one cares about the light mines. The other mines are very good. And by God, I want to see some. Please. Oh, good, you used it. Oh, good. Oh, great. Can't wait to see the amazing gameplay from this 45mm gun. Can't wait to see it. It's going to be incredible. Anyway, counterattack by Iron Nads on this sector. Again, most of the assault NGs are on the far right. And actually, Bloodshirt has a lot of manpower. Not a lot of men on the field currently. And lost another troops from the Panzerfaust. Dude, stop trying to do the Panzerfaust. Just get the fuck out of there. Sorry if I'm swearing a lot, but, you know. It's just like, oh, God, no. Please, no. Luke's moving on in, and the problem would be this. They have a actual, yeah, they have penal troops with AT, and that AT PTRS rifles will definitely push that sucker back. Now, again, if he fires at range and able to push, you know, do damage, that's fine, but the penals have good range with themselves with the PTRS rifles, so they can definitely, if they get each shot in, can definitely push back the Lukes. But again, if the Lukes is used correctly and at, you know, range and just trying to do like quick raiding hits, then yeah, the Lukes will definitely be able to fight, and you know, they'll be fine. Anyway, let's watch this 45mm fight this armor, boys. Wow, that was a lot of damage done. That was so much damage. Wait, does he load piercing shot? What's he on right now? What shot is he on? Anti-infantry? Is he firing anti-infantry shots? Oh my God, yes. Yes. Yeah, and he also has focus on vehicles. Thank you. Thank you for making all my wildest dreams come true, Blood Caesar, with your amazing 45mm gameplay. Anyway, Grenadier Squad along with Volk Squad trying desperately to push right. We have Iron Nads coming on the flank, but the MG is going to suppress them, so not really much going to happen there. Scout Car moving on in. Trying to push up. Slowly but surely. MG, though, is on standby to open fire. Heavy mortars coming down along this infantry path. Germans have taken back a lot of territory, and actually now are equal to the Allies in with resources. That's pretty damn good. Or maybe they were before, and the Allies just kind of counteracted with caches. I think they were lower before. Anyway, whatever. Moving on from that. Oh, wow, they also have put down tons of caches. So both sides have. And I like how Castillo did. he's fortified this sector and made sure, well, maybe not as much as I want to. I think he should probably move this sucker over and just mine the ever-loving, okay, I'll stop swearing. But he should mine it up as much as possible. Scout car getting some nice pop shots at the enemy. I think oh no, he didn't go with the spotting scope. Again, if you, oh shit, wrong thing. Oh, this is gonna lag my game. Sorry, guys. Perspective, I really don't. There we go. Any case, it's just, yeah, I like this one because you can see more stuff going on. Rich James doing, could possibly have something with, you know, additional scout, but that's not happening. Good job with that scout car gameplay. Really great job, Blood Caesar, with that flank. Just causing just hurting the Germans here and there. Now, he is putting some mines down, so good job on Rick for making sure that there's no allied incursion that way. We have assault NGs going in. They could probably throw grenades, maybe kill the cache. If they throw all of them on that point, then they probably could. Maybe they'll go in for the infantry, but I feel like killing the cache would be equally valuable because it's 250 manpower. That's equal to killing this Maxim, or MG42, which, again, the Soviets stole an MG42, which also kind of shows how awesome their armor and infantry. Holy shit, that you really should have threw grenades right there because you would hit a bunch of stuff retreating. Man, that 45mm, 0 kills so far. MVP of the freaking game. Anyway, attempted assault by the OKW player, but alas, the Soviet defenses were a bit too much, and now he's getting armor, and it's 11 minutes in the game, and that's medium armor, so this guy has no AT. Oh, no, never mind, he's getting Panzer IV right now, which should help him hold this side. Hopefully, maybe, we'll see. And also help putting him with caches, and also defenses like teller mines all over the freaking place would definitely help, because that would pretty much reduce a medium tank's armor down like 20%, 25%, something like that. It's extremely deadly. Bunker being made, but I feel like that's kind of a waste. AT gun shot, even the 45 could probably neutralize that over time. This one is way better, though this one's barely alive as well, so, or like barely there. It's not even made. Oh boy. Any case, he's trying and failing to take the hill. Did he put down cash? No, he's gone with the 2 initial buildings. Okay. I mean, that's fine if he goes Puma or something. Nice shot with the AT gun, pushing them off the hill. So yeah, the allies are pretty much, like, again, saying, I have the high ground. But at least they have the resources across the map to be like, I have the high ground and the resources to keep this fight going. Blood Caesar, also tons of manpower, but he had a decent army right now. Oh my god, so much. So, look at that, so much damage versing that thing. Holy crap, he's just doing tons of damage. Look at those shots. They're doing incredible. It's because he needs to load armor piercing rounds, by the way, but shh, don't tell him that. You know what? I'm just going to get a shot of this and just say the best unit in the game as it fires, desperately trying to fire against that target. Oh, scout car finally died from that Panzer IV coming on the flank. Panzer IV literally now probably, oh my god, this thing's firing at a Panzer IV and it's doing nothing because it's again anti-infantry rounds. Oh my god. I'm literally gonna put like a fucking clickbait thumbnail. Best unit in the game. Oh my god, that's amazing. Anyway, yeah, so good job with the Stuart doing shell shock, get the hell out of there so the Panzer IV couldn't see it. Good for him. A small counterattack by Iron Nads. By the way, me switching to this will cause a little bit more lag in this game, so apologies on that. But in any case, Iron Nads trying desperately to take right. Assault NGs kind of could probably rush on in and kill all this stuff. AT gun, though, is on standby. And is it trying to hit something? Maybe it was. I don't see anything. Maybe artillery this. KV flamethrower tank, though, that's pretty fucking good. Just burned away that MG. Although flanking attack by this guy could be very bad. I think the Soviet should be fine now. And Iron Nads, as we can see, went Soviet industry. Very good, because not only will that help in him counteracting a lot of the emplacements with the KV flamethrower, and also, you know, helping with his armor by getting it healed, but it can help with his teammates by putting a lot of the repair stations, like, over here. And what they'll do is slowly help him heal his entire team's armor very quickly and keep this fight going. Now, again, this Panzer IV is going to have a tough time penetrating the KV-1's armor, but the KV-1 with its 45mm gun is going to have a tough time hurting the Panzer IV. Wow, Panzer IV actually managing to penetrate that KV-1 multiple occasions. That's pretty freaking lucky. I've seen it where it's like taking shot after shot after shot with a KV armor and having trouble penetrating. So very lucky. Very lucky. Though the AT gun's now facing that way, so probably won't be as lucky if he keeps trying. Yeah, resource-wise, Allies now have a slight lead. Though, again, if they capture this point, we'll see. Or the Germans do, anyway. Small attack going on. Well, okay. Grenade being thrown on the utility car. I don't know that strat, but Spectre, if you could tell me with grenade under the utility car of your own team does, that would be very helpful. I try to keep up to date with meta reports, so, that would be cool. But anyway, meanwhile, the Soviets, here's the problem, though. He's shouting from here, I have the high ground and whatnot, but he's not doing much. Actually, he's not really doing anything. I would mine the living heck out of this entire sector with mines just to make it a living nightmare for an attack. Because even if he gets Minesweeper, enemy artillery firing upon those mines will still detonate it. So the infantry running over the mines or stuff like that could still be, KO'd. Once again, the assault NG is just moving in to flank and doing a decent amount of damage. Again, 1 kill for that 45mm. By God, just really showing that it's the best unit in this game. Panzer IV also going very deep for a strike. Knocking out the Stuart. Oh, very close to knocking out the Stuart. Thought it would. Panzer IV, again, that deep strike, there's nothing stopping him. Actually, could have gone even deeper and knocked out the ambulance. That would be huge. Anyway, Panzer IV kind of moving on through. Knocking out the cache next, I guess? Holy crap. And there's nothing stopping. There's this huge area where there's nothing yet. This American player just focusing more on left, which sucks because he really should not be. He should be kind of covering that angle. But there's now a giant gap in this line. And just like Brusilov, he's going to exploit it the best he can with the men he has. Unfortunately for Brusilov, compared to this German player, he was never able to get the men to really push through. And, well, we all know what happened to Russia in World War I. But still, this Panzer IV doing well above expectations. Hell, double Panzer IVs now just rushing through the Allied lines. They pretty much own mid. There's nothing stopping them from just constantly rushing. And the Allies know that. They're fully retreating. Meanwhile, the Allies on the far corners of the map are trying desperately to put some pressure to really, against the to relieve some pressure mid, and it did work. It did draw the Panzer IVs up to kill, try to kill anyway, the KV, and I like him using the satchel ability of the penal to scare off the Panzer IVs. So that's good. Su-85 also could start sniping, and he is. So good coverage by Iron Nads. Iron Nads now has the capacity to fully counter Castillo if used correctly. Castillo trying to go in for that final kill. Wait, was that mine? Did that mine not go off, or was he just very lucky? I guess it was lucky. Unfortunately, in KV, not so much, and yeah, got KO'd. Panzer IV desperately trying to escape. He should be able to run through. He could throw an AT grenade, but doesn't have the ability to. So he could snare that right there, but not going to. And Castillo's going to retreat back in his line. That was a good raid. Castillo's, it looks like he's trying to do raid assaults while having a small defensive line of mines and MGs, and then raid forces that go in. Now the American player is selling over an Easy 8 by itself to go hunt down the Panzer IV. I'm assuming he clicked it, and now he's just giving chase. Problem, though, is, well, he's going deep into enemy lines, and the Panzer IV, if they use their tactics correctly, could overwhelm that Sherman Easy 8. However, if he keeps doing this, he's not gonna do that. And let me explain. First off, they're going in the same direction. I think you should split up and search for clues. No, he should absolutely turn back and help. And now he realizes that, like, oh shit, I should probably. But if they would actually have team coordination, the Panzer Force came back at the exact moment. The EZ8 was like really deep in the forest, and he's like, oh shit, yeah, the EZ8 would have been annihilated because you have two additional Panzer IVs hitting the flank, which is the rear armor of the EZ8, and neutralize that. So again, more coordination would have been very helpful in that regard. Although, good job with the Stug at least pushing back the EZ8. Although, again, now we have Soviets pushing on the far left. And while they are gaining a little bit of ground, it looks like that offensive was kind of a waste. I'm seeing a lot of dead armor from the Soviet player. So it looks like what he tried to do was a big Soviet counterattack of his own. But unfortunately for him, it went a little too deep, and the German player had tons of Panzer IVs, which seems to be the Axis plan, is spam or use a lot of medium armor for raiding techniques. So, yeah, could have gone. Could you know? Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Anyway, assault NGs. Oh boy, coming on the flank. Oh no. Oh, yep, they pretty much... I'm like looking at anything, like Soviets have anything? Nope. Because all the armor pretty much got pushed back, or heavily, yeah, there's nothing stopping infantry from just rushing on in. And that's bad, because now this entire flank that you spent so much time building up with the everything may fall to ruin. Grenades being thrown or not. Very confused on that. There we go. Lots of grenades. Although we satchel. Oh, he retreats. Good idea. Although maybe doing the running ability would have been better than retreating. But maybe you saw this is not likely to win. Okay. Big problem though. Allies have more territory than the Germans. Who is this? Who's the German player? Who's Bloodshirt needs to really push against this guy. Because actually... and the grand scale of, like, things, he can absolutely push back if he wants to. Speaking of which, this guy should absolutely, once again, place all the mines he possibly can over here. It looks like artillery is possibly in this sector. I want to say artillery's in this sector. Something's in this sector. I'm going to say it's artillery. But which German? Oh, right. This guy. Right. And now he has a Puma. He has Puma. Good for him. I'm assuming he's saving for a King Tiger now, but he got it just to help out with the armor. Meanwhile, more medium armor fighting mid, but the Allies are now getting more tank destroyers to counteract that, and the Su-85 is great at cracking that medium armor. Though they have one slight problem. They're not great at turning and dealing with threats from their side. So this triple Panzer IV threat's just going to literally just wreck this Su-85's day. And as you can see, he has no snares. Oh, don't worry, he has the 45mm. It'll save the day, guys. Oh, I think he finally changed it to hurt armor. Oh my god, good for him. I'm glad it saved that Su-85. Not. Anyway, 5 Panzer IVs, nothing to sneeze at. We could honestly see a good blitz move in, which would be cool. Oh boy. Very nice job pushing back that Panzer IV with the Su-85. Yeah, sure, this thing did a bit of damage. Finally. Yes, I've been making fun of it, but dear lord, it's not been doing itself any favors in my... like, it could honestly just do a few things and I would be unable to make fun of it. But, I mean, if you're gonna keep if you're just gonna keep making it so easy for me to make fun of you, I will. Like, oh my god, this American blob that tried to push in just utterly backfired. Oh boy. Yeah, Panzer IV seem to be doing quite a bit of work. And this easy gate. Yeah, you know how the Allies said that they had more armor, which is why the Germans would win? Well, in this scenario, the Germans are the Allies, and the Allies are the Germans. Except the Allies, unfortunately, don't have the better armor. Or they don't have... well, never mind. The easy gate is technically a slightly better tank. Fine. Okay, finally. Jesus Christ. Great mine. Great mine placement by the... American player. No, sorry, the Soviet player. My apologies, Soviet player. Managing to snare all armor on the road, preventing another flank from occurring, and that armored unit might die from this thing. Also, penal troops with PTRS rifles supporting, so that way, if Panzer IVs try to rush on in, they'll be satcheled. So there you go. Although the Su-85 over here got fucked, because, you know, it was by itself and got flanked. Again, we have more troops coming on in, but Panzer IV might actually kill the Su-85 before these things even fire a single shot. We'll see. Up, misses, and bounce. Wow, holy shit, that's a... I don't see bounces very often. The hill saving them. Up, here come the penal charges, and oh my god, thank you for getting each one. Yep, PTRS rifles will take out one, and I'm assuming PTRS rifles will take out the other. KV coming in with the 45, try to do damage. Panther desperate. Wow, nice run over. I'm very surprised that happened. But Panther doing quite a bit of damage actually versus these guys. And They can't throw a satchel, unfortunately. They already threw one, so... Yeah, and now the assault NGs are coming in, so that Panzer IV will actually live. I'm as shocked as you are. Anyway, problem is, while he did a great job at just really hurting Iron Nads, which is not doing Iron Nads any favors, and now I'm just going to assume that we're going to see a massive counterattack by the Allies and retake this entire right side, because I'm not seeing much. Sure, they just satcheled the Panther, but the Panther's still going to be able to kill his KV with really nothing counteracting it. Oh no, easy gates are coming in. Finally, the Allies have more armor than the Axis in a fight. That helps out. Anyway, Allies managing to neutralize that armor, push them back. KV-1 just slowly retreating, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna retreat. I'm gonna run. Not gonna deal with this. No way, no how. Oh, Panzer IVs though coming on in, be like, all right, Allies, we got more armor than you now. Let's do this thing. And I'm hopeful there's more mines, because they kind of... Oh, no, they have Bazooka team. They have infantry support. Oh, my God. Good job, Allies. That's what you need. Yeah, they had way more, so these guys need to pull back, like, now. Unfortunately, even though those raids are doing wonders, once again, this guy literally just has the hill. He's just chilling on this hill. I think he should place mines and whatnot everywhere. And I do mean everywhere, because they have tons of munitions. And again, good job. They constantly have this point and putting down lots of fire and I'm assuming smoke? Smoke? A Katusha opening fire on his own men. Soviet way. I think those men are traitors. Sir, they're loyal members of the Communist Party. No, I think they're traitors. That's why we're firing on them. Sir, did you just put the wrong coordinates in on the Katusha? No, they're traitors. Absolutely. Alright, I'll follow you. Any case. King Tiger now, again, we figured A was deployed it because, again, he was saving up so much, and he was. So, he's going to try to hold mid. Okay, so this is what needs to happen for the Germans. The Germans have been doing good, but they've been doing really great in a bad situation. And you just need one bad thing to happen to them, like, really, for this entire front to fall. So, this is what they need to do. They need to focus at retaking the side and causing this guy to lose some more. Then you have A, kind of focus mid and kind of hold there. You have Castillo with his armor keep just pulverizing Nads. And this American player needs to be probably pushed back by this guy, who I'm just seeing a lot of infantry MGs. Like, I'm just seeing MGs. Maybe save him for an elephant, I don't know. But I think he needs to kind of support, like, middle over here, whatnot. We have railway coming in. Okay, kind of ping a... Not the greatest spot. Oh my God, actually hit the top of the building. There goes all those support beams. Anyway, Panzer IV is rushing on in. And I guess trying to flank this guy. Good idea. Again, really focus on that armor. Rear armor hit. Wow, bouncing off the rear. That's very unlikely. But yeah, you see it occasionally. Especially with stuff like this where it's really freaking good armor. But that's a good way to kill a KV, flank it from behind. Anyway, so Nads now has, I think, a half-track and an Su-85. Cool, so he really doesn't have that much. Meanwhile, once again, why you need to focus on this front? Because Max Sprint has literally just sat up on this hill and said, fine, I'll come down, and now is attacking the base. And it's not like he's coming down with a light force. He has a fucking IS-2. So this thing can literally fight multiple tanks at once. This Puma literally just punch in the face and just like freaking Vegeta Broly. It's like, I'm sorry, was that supposed to do anything? Trust me, watch the movie and you'll get the reference. It's just what, yeah, it's just going to take a full tag team effort. Really, just all of them combined to really fight this behemoth. So good job, Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, Tien. Yamcha already blew himself up to take out Nappa. Really good job. Nappa has been defeated. There you go. That's another Dragon Ball reference for you. But, yeah. Okay, so at least maybe this guy needs to stay up on his hill or come down with better ideas, because every time he pushes, he loses all of his armor. But maybe that's why he keeps doing it, because he's like, I want to fight. I want to do something. And, yeah, it just doesn't go well because he gets tag team neutralized. But he did cause damage to the enemy base, so I'll give him credit where credit's due. I mean, yeah, he still has... Oh, no! The Heavy Panzer Corps is no longer there. Or maybe he has not built one. Probably didn't build one, but, yeah. Anyway, Looks like allied counterattack on right has managed to do quite a bit of damage, neutralize the Panzer IV, and I see the others, yep, injured, so they got pushed back quite a bit. Axis being pushed back by a huge amount, and yeah, now we have, I love it, Panzer Grenadiers only good against armor. We have PTRS rifles only good against armor, and yeah, it's just not, you know, great. Alright, slowly pushing them back. That's good. Again, they still have the king, and the king is very good at being like, I'm sorry, what do you have to fight me? Oh, right, that's right. If you don't have any armor, or tank destroyers, or AT, you're gonna want to run. But, yeah, that king is literally just spearheading an assault to break them all mid, and actually good artillery strike here would be doing wonders for him. Bloodshirt doing well. At least he has a lot of reserves. Castillo doing decent. Has a tiger now. So, yeah, I guess he's really going to try to excel at those raiding techniques. He needs more men. He absolutely needs more men. And the American player's now on the right side as well. So, his ally needs to, you know, put more effort. But he's now has an elephant. So, yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen here. 45mm trying its best, although as we can see it got decrewed because last time he had 1 kill, now he has 0. Great shot with that King Tiger, knocking out that scout car. It's like, no more scout car! Anyway, Su-85 trying to move on in and hit King Tiger, which it decided to completely turn around and present itself to the allies, which I would say, great job. Su-85 going to continually fire at its rear, doing quite a bit more damage, and, you know, making sure it penetrates. Wow, okay. Unless it misses. King Tiger like, oh, hold on. Is someone trying to love tap me? Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, and now the Su-85 is just using its distance to its advantage, which good for it. Anyway, good job by Castillo managing to take back this side. Again, he needs more infantry and armor respectively. Rick needs to just get more units in general. I think just mortars, grenadiers, you know, just more troops, AT guns, you name it, would really help and go a long way to help him take over or take back this side. Yeah, conscripts are going to be annihilated by the assault NGs. Even though they have a Panzerschreck, they're, yeah, they still have they have a decent amount of infantry fighting power. Nice mines being placed. I'm assuming he's placing mines, or I don't know why he's stopped. Also, KV-2's been now deployed, so really fight back that infantry, and a good bit of armor as well if you need to. Again, the Axis seem like they don't have a lot of munitions, or at least the guys on the right. The Allies, on the other hand, they're pretty good on munitions. They can lay down all the mines they want, and I feel like that's probably a good idea to stop the raiding parties from happening. But right now, the American players at least focusing effort. Once again, what is it? Oh my god, this guy's a full Panzer army. Is he really gonna... Oh my god, charge the hill. Charge the hill. Charge the hill. And if this guy is not... He's had 25 freaking minutes to lay down mines. If this... I'm sorry. If Max Sprint hasn't, you know, laid down enough defenses to stop a counterattack on this scale and magnitude from happening up that hill, like, again, there's no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. He should... If this guy doesn't push on that hill, there's no excuse. Like, he has easily more than enough firepower to deal even with the IS-2. Papa Stalin is going to need a little bit more support. Again, if, and it's a big if everything is used correctly at a push. Or, he might push mid. I think that would be an interesting play, but, you know. They've been pushing long and deep in mid for quite some time. Why not continue that? Oh, right, because penal troops. And... yeah, satchel charges. Oh, what? Never mind. Oh, nope. All of them fired. And now, because you're in a tight corridor, it's going to block everything else. So you have a damaged Panzer IV kind of stopping the advance of everything. Although, you still have the 45mm. But other than that, you just have two Su-85. Oh, one Su-85. Holding back 1, 2, 3, 4 armored tanks for this point. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. The Soviet commander's like, sir, we're going to need more armor. And the Su-85 comes just in the nick of time, firing a couple pop shots at that Panzer IV. Unfortunately, problem occurs when one is not able to retreat in time. Panzerwerfer opening fire, desperately trying to kill the infantry and basically pushing back. That command tank, again, desperate, like, again, giving that much needed support to keep the the Axis tanks alive. Papa Stalin coming in from behind to hit that command tank, knock out the German command structure, but the Elephant's like, I'm sorry, what are you doing? All the infantry is now rushing on up, and if this tank gets hit by that volley of Panzergrenadier shots, oh boy, it's gonna be bad. But don't worry, guys. Oh my god, the 45mm is here to save the world. Forget about Papa Stalin, the IS-2 tank flanking the Elephant. This 45mm will win the day. Not. Anyway, this guy retreats all of his units in one volley, because why not? Elephant's being encircled, though King will probably put an end to that. Nope, it bounced! Papa Stalin's still living to fight, and I don't know why. He wasn't doing much to the Elephant, but I guess in spirit, he was just trying to cause damage to the Axis lines. But in the meantime, we have a new raiding group. Castillo has been outmatched because the Americans now have a fucking full army of armored vehicles ready to counteract it. And, yeah, it looks like they're going in for the freaking kill. Although you still have the double Panzer IV Tiger line over here, but if used correctly, this fighting force is more than enough to fight that armor down that hill. The Easy 8s can easily fight one Easy 8 can fight a Panzer IV, and then you have one Easy 8 and a Jackson firing upon that Tiger. Yeah, especially if they do a flanking maneuver with the Jackson just firing at range with all the other stuff going from behind, it can be bad. Now, luckily, it looks like the Axis realized this and is sending support over immediately to stop that push from, well, happening. Now, there's a lot of infantry here. Problem is, Tiger takes no prisoners when it comes to infantry. It actually does decently well. So, yeah, he's going to want to retreat. Meanwhile, in mid, you still have the Elephant and nothing else. Weird. You figure you'd have something. Good job with the Panzerwerfer hit, though. Decent casualty. Not amazing, but still. Bunker suppressing the shock troops, which surprises me because shock troops have this thing called smoke, which you can throw so you don't get suppressed. But why not call it an artillery barrage? That's way more costly. That's fine, I guess. Su-85 fighting an Elephant. For those who don't know, that's a bad fight because the Elephant has spotting scope, so we can see roughly the same as an Su-85 and snipe them. But it does really need additional infantry support if it wants to keep this fight going, especially with the shock troops kind of rushing on it. I don't understand what he's thinking. Like, again, especially with the additional Su-85 coming in, he needs more support. But don't worry, the Panzer IV strike force is almost ready to go. Panther actually just got made, so we finally built that building. Again, there's nothing up here that would stop a massive counterattack. He hasn't placed any mines or anything. He's literally, like, you're letting this man scream from the rooftops, and you're not even going to throw a boot at him or something. It's like, come on, do something. Anyway, firing a couple shots at the King Tiger. Might be able to get a kill on it. Where's that Jackson? Move up the Jackson. Maybe use Easy 8 as a bait. What the hell are you doing with that King Tiger? I don't know, but I don't like it. Anyway, trying to push up the hill with a Panzer IV against multiple targets that can fire, well, longer range than that Panzer IV can. And yeah, there goes the Vet 3 Panzer IV. So, fun fact, pull your shit back and get the hell out of there. Might help you out. Anyway, Axis, once again, really down in terms of munitions and fuel. So, these raiding attacks are fine, especially in mid, where there's only one guy, which is why they've been able to do so well with multiple players pushing on in. But they need to actually gain and get territory that is actually going to help them. And how do they do that? Well, Joe, it's quite simple. You press against the spot you haven't even touched this entire game, except for a couple RD shots. Like, seriously, you RD'd this hill, but you won't even attempt to push, which is weird. Anyway, we got Soviets pushing with the Su-85s, and we have White Phosphorus coming in? Okay, sure. I guess the King Tiger thought it was something else and retreated. Not a bad ploy, actually, thinking about it. So anyway, multiple infantry forces coming on in. could be interesting. Meanwhile, the Puma just doing a raid up here. Again, finally someone doing something up here. Papa Stalin might put an end to it, but again, there's no mines. There's nothing. He absolutely did not put anything to stop. And I hope this Puma relays the intelligence back down to the three other commanders, being like, hey, geniuses, there's nothing here. We can take this entire vital supply depot up on this freaking hill and take the town. But probably not. We're probably going to have another push for mid, even though it's 1 point. But I digress. Anyway, mortars opening fire and then instantly retreating because they realize, yeah, it's probably not going to work out. Probably going to need to retreat a bit. Tiger now moving on in. Again, Castillo, they're all fighting in mid, which is a bad idea because they need more than 1 victory point. Also, with all these repair stations, they can instantly repair the armor. So the American armor, moving back in formation and going in. So Spectre 2.4 could really do a decisive blow if it does the direct strike. Puma got knocked out by the Papa Stalin's tank. And now we have all the tanks in mid. All those. All that armor. Just raring to go. But as we've seen, the allies are getting more and more tank destroyers, making these raiding parties less and less effective. Again, for fuck's sakes, Bloodshirt, push up this hill. Push up the hill. Tiger tank being absolutely annihilated by everything here. And I'm assuming this guy's elephant is really far back. Yes, it is. It needs to move. It needs to move closer up. Because they're doing this massive assault, but they're doing it piecemeal with a small token force. Like, you can see they're all coordinating, but they're all coordinating with, like, 10% of their army. Or, like, fine, it's more like 25, but you get the point. It's like, they could oh, not good, lucky bounce. Although I think it's a 45mm did that. Like, seriously, what is going on? If you're gonna push up, have the elephant move up and everything else. Oh, no, Papa Stalin's moving on in. Say goodbye to the Panther, boys. Just, great idea. Fire the Panzerfaust before the other shots come in so you can't snare it and the elephant can't kill it. But now you move up all your stuff. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. The 45mm holds against all that. They're just with the artillery coming in too. They got Band of Brothers for the 45mm. My God, I'm glad I'm just keeping that meme alive. Any case, yeah, the tanks moving on in. We have the Su-85s opening fire against all that medium armor. Yeah, the Panther, which is advanced medium, but yeah, the command tank, they need to keep that sucker alive. But again, the allies being smart, focusing fire on that thing, which is giving extra bonuses to the rest. Finally, the armor is able to break through. Unfortunately, this guy's probably going to lose his Su-85s again. Sorry, Blood Caesar. Oh boy, I know. We've lost a lot during this game, and they're going to continue to lose more for a little longer. But don't worry. Don't worry. Things should come to an end soon. Now the allied player, Spectre, is just moving on in. And even though these guys are pretty good, they no longer have the defensive bonus from the command tank. And now they're being ensnared by every single allied player in their AT or armored unit. Although we have additional Panzer IVs coming in, it's not looking great. We have Katusha that died. We have, oh, so Panzer IV is about to get crippled. Another Jackson died. Okay, yeah, actually, it looks like the allies might take a few more hits. Is it zeroing? No, it's not. I was like, he doesn't have any munitions for it. It's sector, or not sector, fuck. Oh, no, it's white phosphorus. Okay, cool. Good for, I guess, just trying to cover his escape. Anyway, the Axis definitely took a major casualties during the entire assault. And they did take mid, which is good for them. But, oh wow, plane crash almost in mid. But the problem is they still are losing via the victory points. Although, this guy is pushing on in. KV2 does not give a fuck. And is just almost sacrificing himself to take the front. What is he doing? I think he's mismanaging this thing. Because, yeah, now it's moving. I know he was trying to switch it, but I feel like that took way too long. Okay. Infantry being suppressed once again in mid. Probably going to hold this point up. Conscripts, no, flanking around. They'll take mid. And once again, this guy is literally just going to hold this goddamn hill for the entirety of this game. Freaking Axis, just push on the hill, please. Push the hill. I'm still having it, like, I'm still pointing, like, the 45 millimeter is, like, best unit in the game. But still, it's like, come on, guys, really? Panzerwerfer opening fire. Possibly doing a barrage here. Come on, kill it. Kill it. Oh, good kill. Finally. Okay, Axis getting a final good kill on that thing, though. Wait, is that what I think is coming down? No, it's light artillery barrage. Okay, that'll cause a little bit of damage for some infantry. Panzer IV also opening fire. Cause a little bit more. Papa Stalin coming in with an IS-2. And say goodbye to that poor little Stug. The S-85 got the final kill. He's like, revenge for my lost brothers. Yeah, so Axis. Oh my god, we actually. Finally, they push. Finally, we have a push on our side. Holy god. It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Christmas miracle. Although fire's about to come down on them, so, you know. I guess you can only have so much of a victory. But good that there's finally an advance of some type. He should probably spread out his units, had the armor to advance up here, just rush everything. Because again, you had all those Panzer IVs. Yeah, they would have ripped through this defensive line pretty damn quick. But in any case, shock troops just annihilating that MG, which is just being sent mid to die. Again, good idea. Just have shock troops just rush through and kill infantry. There's 3 MGs right now in a perfect triangle. Oh, nope, never mind. Shock troops are like, well, snag one while we're here. That's what we do. Anyway, yeah, Easy 8's just falling back after causing some damage. Panther's trying to give chase, but probably going to be a bad... Oh, nope, they actually might get a kill. I think they will get a kill. It's going to be close. And he's going to get out. He got out. Good for him. He's going to get instantly repaired by all the repair stations, too, so that'll be even better. Oh, Panther's still trying to give chase, but the additional... American armor just causing quite a bit of damage. The Su-85 can't catch a break. AT gun opening fire. Additional forces just trying to hold them back. The Axis does have a bit too much armor, though the AT gun can still provide support. Well, yep, instantly they're getting instant healed. That's pretty good repair speed. Oh my god, there's more back here. Yeah, so if they get out and repair, that'll probably be quicker as well. Papa Stalin coming back down the hill again. Okay, Elephant, pretty much nothing is there to protect it. If the Elephant maybe just fired at the IS-2, things would go okay. But as we can see here, there's going to be a flank. So, yeah. Things are not going to go well for it. Again, we do have the Panther coming back down to help, but is barely alive. Elephant just being, well, encircled by a single tank. Oh, we have additional infantry coming out in. That will definitely help kill it. Su-85 finally like, alright, I'm killing that thing. I can't let it live. And flanking maneuver. Once again, by Castillo. Somehow this guy manages to flank. Always. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Oh, shoot. Meanwhile, yeah. Big armor push on right. Backfires spectacularly for Bloodshirt. And remember, the guy on the far left is helping on the far right. Oh boy. I don't think they have anything. Okay, he has a few pieces of infantry that are barely alive, mind you. I think they got hit by white phosphorus or something. Because they are... Oh no, they're running through fire now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that goes to... They got consumed. They're so low on health that, yeah, they just got consumed. Stop blobbing your freaking guys. Spread them out. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm just gonna fast forward through this because yeah, it's game over for the Axis. They're about to lose either by victory points or by surrender. Yeah, sure, they just got it, boy. They pushed the Allies back. They don't have the map. They don't have the population to hold back against the Allies. They don't. The best unit, the best guy they have is A, and he just has the artillery. He doesn't have anything guarding the front line. Katusha's point blank for some reason. Once again, showing the competency of the guy on the hill. You really could have beat him. You really could have. It's, yeah. When people say, oh, one faction superior, no, it's really the person behind that faction is really what's making it work or not. And as you can see, some of the Soviets were grand, some of them were not so much. But that being said, like, the American player was actually pretty damn good, especially with his raiding techniques. But wait, did that 45mm ever do anything? Or did it die? I think it died. Yeah, it's KO'd. He got rid of it. Cool. Fire coming down. Big flank maneuver by Spectre. And shit. Cool. Actually, that's a nice explosion on that Panzerwerfer right there. Just look at that nice explosion. But in any case, let's look at damage. Overall, yeah. Okay. So Rick actually got most damage, but I think that was the Elephant doing a lot of it, I would have to say. I would assume. Yeah, Elephant did the most. So good for him. Bloodshirt second, and most kills goes to A. His infantry doing quite a bit. His King Tiger also did quite a bit of damage. Most Iron Nads. Oh boy, you had a rough time. Not as bad as some other players. Actually, a lot of the allies took similar losses. Most kills though does go to him. Most damage does go to Spectre, and again, his flank maneuvers were great. Max. Oh god, Max. You held the hill. You tried the push. You did some good pushes, but you lost a lot from really bad assaults. Rick, you also lost a lot of infantry. I don't know what your plan was with that. Elephant was fine, but everything else was kind of eh. Castillo, good raids, but once again, you need to really fortify this sector. You didn't really do that. Yeah, it's just a lot. Like, it's like Castillo, great with raids, bad at performing. Maxman, great at holding territory, terrible at keeping stuff alive during assaults. Rick, decent Elephant, bad with infantry. It's like you could say something good with a big butt with every single person here. Bloodshirt, good with his armored assaults, but he never pushed on his side. A, good with support, but he focused really heavily on the artillery, and I don't know if that was necessarily the right choice. Wow, 6 friendlies killed. Good for you. Blood Caesar Snake, great job with some of your infantry, but you've always failed to against those assaults in mid. Like, you never mind this area up. You have 1,600 munitions. I was expecting like a fucking minefield at this point, like along this entire front, so that way if they do push, they would snare their armor. Stuff like that. It's like, but is like the big like epicenter of this game. Almost every single person in here, except for maybe Spectre. Ooh, by the way, thank you, Spectre, for submitting this replay. Maybe your infantry was like, but your infantry, but overall, your armored assaults were actually very good. Indeed. I mean, like, just look at that awesome shot. They're very good at countering the enemy. So, overall, good job, Spectre. Probably the MVP of this game. So, thanks for submitting that. Make sure to submit those replays. It's been Greyshot17. I'll see you all next time. Hello, everyone. This is Greyshot17. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Ace, Joe Foley, Joey G, JP Vaal, jrchicklis, Manuel Marcadoli, Milam, Ollie, Chris Bailey, Onlyplayapples, Pyroshark, Rifle, Sebastian Marzalik, sgtMcPain, Streakingwookie, Toussaint, WhiteHotD, Aaron Yee, Jordan Savat, Leo Liu, Nathan, Angus, and Tim. Thank you again for your incredible support. You all rocked. It's been Greyshot17, and I'll see you all next time.